Launch sequence initiated. Clearance verified. Passcode accepted. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Nerd Nuke.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 5. We're still here. Our bunker's intact. We've got the Mountain Dew and the Cheetos. Damn right. I'm Cajun.
Hi, and it's Barbie. How you guys doing?
And we have another friend. Yes, Carnivore. What's up, dude?
Hello.
Nerd monkey extraordinaire, Conover.
Another one of our nerds that is great to hang out with, and he's going to help us out on a couple topics tonight. I mean, seriously, this week after Comic-Con, it's just been...
I know, it's like completely anticlimactic.
Yeah, but within today alone, there have been some juicy bits of info that we must share.
Okay. Yes, absolutely, we must. We must increase our... Oh, wait, wrong show. Okay, anyway.
All right, so first off,
yes,
we have to give props. Rest in peace, Sally Ride, the first female astronaut to break orbit.
Yes, girl power.
Yes, she set a milestone for...
Well, I mean, sorry, go ahead. It's just she was...
She did a major accomplishment, you know, and you got to give her props.
Well, she was one of 8,000 people to answer an advertisement in a newspaper seeking applicants for the space program. One of 8,000 people, and they chose her.
And not only that, you know, there's a lot of pilots and astronauts that do get accepted into the space program, but not all of them get to go into space, and she was one of the few.
Right, exactly.
So, major props, Sally. You set a path for many to follow, and
I mean, not only that, she set the bar. She really did.
Yeah, she did. Alrighty, so on to more news. Alright, so I saw this. We kind of touched base on this a couple episodes back about how the European courts are saying that yes, it is legal to sell your digital license of games. Well, Gamestop's trying to bank on that.
Yeah, and I don't know how that's going to fly. I mean, Europe, you know, lawmakers are not, you know, United States lawmakers. And if we know the United States, they're going to try and milk every penny out of us and not allow us to resell those games that we buy from Steam, Amazon, or wherever.
Right. CEO Paul Reynolds of GameStop said in an interview with GameSpot, it is very interesting. There are some technologies out there in Europe, and we looked at a couple that are involved. We're interested. It's not a meaningful business yet. Right now, we're not seeing that huge of a market, but I think we're in the leading edge. There are companies, a few startups out there that we have talked to that are doing this.
Right, and he wouldn't tell who those companies are either.
Right. So, you know, heads up, people. You know, we may be seeing the future of digital resale, but not only that. That's a question for all the fans and listeners out there. You know, we want to get some posts and some comments and feedback on this. What do you think? Do you think it will be good to be able to sell your digital license of a game?
And part 2 of that question: what do you think I can get for my PC copy of Brink?
Exactly. True. That's a resale value right there.
I paid $50 for it, and it's not worth 28 cents. I mean,
pretty bad.
I know, right?
It's pretty bad. Con, what you think about this, man?
Well, I was gonna say, my point on this is, what if you buy, let's say you buy a game on Steam, and then something happens, you get banned from this game. So you just switch over names or a different account on Steam, buy the game again, and you're going to sell that old copy to somebody who doesn't know it's banned. Is there any way that you're going to be able to check to see if that game is banned from somebody using a hack or whatever?
Oh.
Well, more than likely, and this is the only way I could see it, is that companies like Steam, they're going to have to like forcibly remove those. I mean, either completely destroy the account to where that key will never work. Period. End. Dot.
Right.
And but yeah, there's going to be a lot of technicalities and a lot of hurdles to be able to be jumped over and passed before even this could even be done.
I kind of have a good idea. I mean, what if they had some sort of like a mediator or a digital escrow, if you will, people that want to utilize the the reselling of a Steam game that they've already purchased, sell it to somebody else. The buyer actually has to provide their Steam login and password to the escrow service so they can actually check and make sure that it is a viable game.
That's a possibility, but even then, if you look back, the video game industry is trying their hardest to try and stop the secondhand sales of games.
Of course they are. They're not going to make any money off of it, and that's need versus greed, and it's always going to be greed.
Yeah. So that, I mean, shows some possibilities for the future, but one must wait and see.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this plays out.
Could you see how much money Steam could make off of this, though? Just the way they operate now?
I know.
And now
not
with
only
EA doing Origin?
Right. I mean, not only do they get the initial payment from you for buying the game, but they get a percentage off of what you sell it for. Oh my God, it's like a gaming eBay.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it would be. And if you look at the way the market is now, with a lot of games, especially MMOs, I mean, they say the market may not be huge, but look at the money tied up. I mean, you may only do 100 orders, but all of those orders are all over $100. So people selling characters, I mean, they're not selling the license of the game, they're still selling their character.
Right.
And I know that's ongoing in some courts, but the money tied up, I mean, if you can just all out sell your whole account now, or like your whole WoW, say your WoW subscription or whatever game you're playing,
that's
with
thousands.
8, whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's so much money involved. It's not even funny right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly, and it's definitely something to see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how this goes. We'll definitely keep an eye on this and keep reporting back.
Yes, definitely.
So what do we got next?
Okay, I saw this on IGN, and it's coming out Tuesday, so I can't wait. Orcs Must Die 2.
Oh,
I mentioned before I picked up Orcs Must Die from off the Steam sale. Thank you, Steam. And apparently these guys have already reviewed it. Now, normally I give a grain of salt to like IGN, GameSpot, PC Gamer reviews.
Why is that?
Well, generally when it comes to reviews from these guys, they tend to be very biased. But rarely have I ever seen them give such a high score for an indie game.
That actually intrigues me.
A 9 out of 10.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding it. Check it out below. We will have the link for you guys. Orcs Must Die 2 review. They said it improved drastically over, the first one, which the first one was great. It was fun. I mean, I had so much fun blowing up orcs into squishy and banging them into squishy little bits. It was fun.
Chicka bow wow.
But this one, they said that the inclusion of co-op play is makes it that much more better. There are some little things here and there. They did kind of ding it on the cartoony graphics, but for the most part, they said the gameplay and the lasting appeal, tremendous, and they gave it a 9 out of 10, editor's choice.
Well, not only that, is they're saying that the mind-controlling villainess from the first game, your character buddies up with her, and towards the end of the game, you're getting the chumminess of Mario and Luigi out of it. I mean, for that alone, I would play. Because, I mean, most buddies or followers that you get in the game, there is no chummy, happy, somewhere over the rainbow, unicorns and puppies thing. It's always very, ordered, very, very set answers. There's no intuitiveness, and I like the chumminess aspect.
Yes, and we're definitely got to live stream that one.
Definitely.
So, go ahead, Con.
I was gonna say, you realize if that game would have updated graphics, that thing would probably be a 10 out of 10, because that's probably the one point that they missed from the editors.
Yeah. Well, overall, it was they gave it an 8 for presentation, the graphics, and the sound, and then they gave it a 9 for lasting appeal and gameplay. So, I mean, yeah, the graphics were a little bit more up to date, but even then, to me, it wouldn't have the right feel for the type of game that it is. It's very cartoonish in a way. If you think back to like old school Looney Tunes, but with a little bit more blood.
We're tiny, we're toony, we're all
exactly.
a little loony.
So, wow.
It's like the old Warcraft. You get this stupid humor.
Yes.
And just blow stuff up.
Very tongue-in-cheek. I like that. I like that Orcs Must Die 2 is actually going to have that that unobtrusive narrative that they say was missing in the first game. So I'm definitely going to pick up Orcs Must Die 2 now.
Yes. Okay, moving on to more games. Transformers Fall of Cybertron. We did mention this from our review of Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Coming for PC, we got more news. They released a trailer.
And it's amazing.
Oh my god. The customization, that's what I'm loving the most. Right there.
You know what I love?
What?
Seriously, I absolutely love that they're going to throw out some more swag. I love swag.
Mm-hmm.
I love stuff. Seriously, my boyfriend taught me to love pre-order stuff. I mean, it could be digital stuff, it could be tangible stuff. But I mean, he bought this game, and it's hysterical. He bought this game, and I won't tell what the name of it is, but it came with a nightie, a pillow cover.
What?
I mean, yes.
Do you have to be a certain age to buy this game?
Well, no. But I mean, this seriously, like the swag, it has like a nightie and stuff, but the game itself is incredible. But yeah, the swag.
Sounds like she bought Catherine.
I didn't. How did you know that? How did you know? Oh my god! You bought it too, didn't you?
No, but I read a lot about the game and came so close.
He's wearing the 90 right now, isn't he?
Shut up!
Oh my god, I can't believe you guessed it. That's so funny. Yes, it was Catherine. I love it. God, I love nerds. I love nerds.
Yes, we all think alike.
Ugh.
And they also announced a demo is going to be released next Tuesday.
Awesome.
But there's that but. PC will not get a demo.
I like big butts in a can. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Xbox, PS3 players, check it out on Tuesday. You're going to get a demo of Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Enjoy. Have fun. We'll be seeing the rest of y'all on August 21st.
And get your swag.
Yes. Yeah, the G1 Retro from GameStop. Did you see that? Freaking old school Optimus Prime.
Ooh!
That's what I'm talking about.
You have seen... I've sent you pictures of my bedroom, right? You remember what my bedroom looks like?
Yes, her bedroom. Yes.
Go ahead, tell him.
All right, she makes any nerd like happy in the pants to see a bedroom like this. I mean, seriously, it's like I wish my room was like this. I mean, we're gonna post a picture. We're gonna have it up on the Facebook page.
Oh my God, you are not posting pictures of my bedroom.
Yes, you sent it to me. It's going up on the Facebook page.
Yeah, that's public property now, right?
Yes, it is.
I give my verbal permission.
I mean, come on, Barbie. You gotta be proud of that. That's awesome sauce.
I know. But I mean, I like to look at Optimus Prime and blow him kisses before I go to sleep. What can I say?
Hey, you got your guardian.
I know. I got many guardians, as you guys will see.
Yes. Oh, man.
Here's my question. With this game, do you think they're going to have, or first of all, Decepticons or Autobots? Both of y'all, go.
Autobots.
Oh, I'm kind of leaning towards Decepticons, but my mainstay's always been Autobots.
I was gonna say Love Cajun, and then it just went away.
Aww.
You're a Deceptifreak, aren't you?
I don't know why, man. It's all about the sound wave.
Mm-hmm.
The Thundercracker. Oh God.
Ooh.
Never been a real big fan of Thundercracker, but yes, I will give you props on Soundwave.
Yes, you have to. Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that they left them out in the movie, well, and they didn't have Starscream supposed to be with Thundercracker, and I can't remember the other one. The three of them are always together, and in the movies they just bloop. So I hope they have them in this game. I want to say it was
Skywarp.
Yes, Skywarp. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they have at least those guys sort of tied into the movie or into the game. I'm sorry.
Actually, no. All three were in Transformers: War for Cybertron.
No, Fall of Cybertron. This new one that's coming out.
Right. I'm pretty sure we'll see a reappearance of all the Transformers from the previous game.
Well, I hope. Yeah, I hope they do a really fun release party. That would be kind of awesome to see pictures.
Oh yeah, definitely. Considering we're going to be getting to play some Dinobots.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking about release dates, I had to allow myself to be nice to all the other nerds out there. I understand that we all play different games.
I know where you're going with this, and I have to tell all of the listeners. He used to play obsessively. So
yes,
with that being said, Kate, continue.
Oh, I'm right with him on this stuff.
Yes,
oh,
4 years of my life, I choose to forget. World of Warcraft: Mists of Pandaria.
Dun dun dun.
Has now an official release date, September 25th. So all you Panda wanna playing peeps, that's your day.
Panda wanna be playing peeps?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it out. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, seriously.
This is when you know something's coming to the end of its life, is when you have to break out a panda to keep it alive.
Right.
I do agree with you. I mean, I was hoping that World of Warcraft would have been better than what it is, but eventually, it's taken away. It used to be a game that did require some skill. Now anybody and their brother can play it.
Well, and especially anybody with a credit card.
Exactly.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah, and speaking of credit cards, the price for the expansion is $40.
What?
$40 for an expansion.
For
seriously?
An expansion?
Yeah.
Wow. Like maybe 10% realistically is what they should have, $3.99 maybe.
What's your average expansion? $19.99, $25 max?
But for World of Warcraft, I don't think it's worth 40. I don't think it's worth 20.
If you put the DLC of Battlefield 3, the DLCs, they're roughly about, I want to say $10.
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say DLCs are totally different. Games like Battlefield, to where you buy what was it, Battlefield cost us what, $60 when we bought it. DLC is a little bit different because you're not paying a monthly subscription. An MMO, you're paying nowadays. I think back when I played, we're paying $14 a month, and you still get the constant updates, but you still get those with like a Battlefield, a Call of Duty, or whatnot. So when a patch comes out for an MMO that I'm paying $15 for, I think that should be free. All right. An FPS is totally different. You're not paying, so if they want to come out with download content, you should pay for that.
Right.
So I think those are two different games. But WoW is just, they're milking everything they can out of this.
Yeah.
Well, because honestly, I think it's because they know that there's bigger and better out there. I mean, really, there are a lot of people that will go in there, they'll create a ranger, they'll play for a few days, and then they're done. I mean, the people that are playing are the seriously hardcore, I've, been playing since the beginning, players.
Yeah. So, and, you're right. There are bigger, better games out. And even then, some on the way.
Right.
Which we'll cover hopefully next week.
Well, look at the overhaul that Ion got.
Yes,
I mean, they
Ion did get a great overhaul. I will
completely.
say that. I will
It,
give you that.
yes, it's a completely different game from when I bought it. I bought it within days of it being released, and I didn't play it for a while. Reinstalled it, got my account activated again, had all my, all my in-game perks, everything. I didn't know where to start. It was a completely and utterly different game. But I'll tell you what, I love it even more than when I first started playing it because of what they've done to it. And yes, WoW did trailblaze. I mean, they will always get props for that from me, for trailblazing. But honestly, I just WoW should just sort of fade into obscurity in my mind.
And to be honest, and I don't know, maybe this is just me, but to me, the true trailblazer, the one that set the standard for MMO, MMO addictions, loss of life,
I know where you're going.
EverQuest.
I
Oh
knew
my
you were
God,
gonna say
seriously?
that. I
Seriously,
knew it.
seriously,
No,
seriously.
go back a little bit more.
Ultima?
Yes, please. Thank you. Jesus, thank you.
Oh
I'll put it like
wow.
this. I never knew about MMOs until EverQuest.
Like, to me, an MMO is all built around in game is the biggest thing ever. Nobody wants to play level one. Level one's stupid. You're beating on a stupid little rat that's like trying to give you rabies. It's dumb.
I know, right?
I want to.
You
I want
just
to
got
kill a
poisoned.
dragon. I mean, nobody wants to mess with the little black plague thing. It's I want to kill a giant dragon that's tearing ships apart. So, I mean,
You have a wooden sword. Kill this insect.
I feel like the little retarded cousin of Zelda. I'm running around like with an eye patch. It just
Derp, derp,
it
derp, derp.
circles. Like Rain Man. It's dumb.
Well,
Ultima Online, I think if you could mix Ultima Online, they had the best skill set to where you just pick, all right, I'm going to play a male or a female, and I'm going to play it. You didn't pick a base class, which I think is amazing because it gives creation to the player. It gives you so much power. You can create whatever you want to based off of that.
I agree with you on that.
And then the best part about that game was the PvP, because you were forced into it. When it first came out, there was one realm and it was Fairless. So all right, I'm going to go kill skeletons for a while. And then all of a sudden, like, Joe Blow comes up and he's like, hey, what's up? And you're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, cupcakes. And he just kills you. And you're dead. He takes your crap and he goes on.
That's exactly how it happened, too.
And then you're sitting there in your ghost form and you're like, son of a crap. So you're going around and all you're saying is you're typing all this crap, and then I'm coming up to you and I'm like, this son of this SLB killed me, blah blah blah, and the only thing you see is ooh. You don't see my rant, and that was so fun about it.
yes,
Right,
the beginning stages of trolling.
Right.
Now it has taken many forms.
Yes.
But speaking of trolling,
Yes.
all right, it's bad when we troll other games,
True, true.
and we've done
But
it
how
here
much
already.
fun is it, really?
We've already done it here.
Uh-huh.
But how bad does it get when a Hollywood writer trolls a game?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I saw this. I was like, we've got to talk about it. We've got to talk about it. Hollywood writer. Okay, this guy, I give him huge props for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so the writer for Charlie's Angels and Big Fish, John August. And just so you know, he's got a long resume of writing stories.
Oh yeah, he's very well established.
IMDb that guy.
This guy, like, blatantly says it's pretty damn weak.
Diablo 3 equals weak sauce.
yeah, and he compares it to StarCraft. And you know what? I haven't played Diablo 3, but I know where he's coming from with the StarCraft reference,
And why haven't you played Diablo 3? Let's give Cajun 30 seconds of rant time. Da, 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 da,
Okay, you
da,
want to know why I haven't played it? It's because I chose to save my money, because I don't want to play a game where I have to constantly be online.
19 seconds.
There are times where I want to be able to play offline and not be bothered by anybody.
11.
What they freaking do? And not only that, the fact that they're encouraging you to
6.
sell virtual items for gold? Piss off!
2.
Screw you, Blizzard! Okay, 30 seconds. And I think that's a record.
That was impressive.
He
Good
had like a
job.
perfect keyword too with Blizzard.
Okay. So, anyways, he compares the story between Rayner and Kerrigan from StarCraft to your hero in Diablo 3, and how in StarCraft, with all the betrayals and everything, through the fights, it seemed like your character was changing, transforming, and towards a story. Whereas, as if your character just kind of shrugs off every betrayal as if it was nothing, and presses on.
Right.
So, and I mean, the fact that he put this on his blog post, and it's actually gotten a lot of comments, is pretty. I mean, it's pretty funny. It really is.
Well, I'm looking at some of the comments, and for example, one guy's like, "I only played D3 for the story, since the gameplay puts me to sleep."
It's funny
Seriously?
because you can tell the fanboys directly from the people who just play video games. You know what, man? I could find other things to spend $50-$60 on. I played the original. I waited for it. Played the beta. I mean, to me, it reminded me better graphics. Just so much more. It reminded me too much of the Dungeon Siege series. I mean, I'm playing Diablo. I don't want to play it for the stupid storyline. I just want to blow stuff up like I did in the original. Alright, give me a line, tell me where to go, let me collect stuff, blow stuff up. That's what I'm paying for, but I don't want to pay $60. And that's my rant.
Right. Well, the only thing I can remember about the release, honestly, is sitting in, my channel on TeamSpeak, playing Fallout 3, minding my own business, and then everybody crowding into my channel, bitching about how the servers are down.
Error 37.
Uh-huh. Continual.
Oh, yes.
It was like Grand Central Station in my Fallout channel. I mean,
No place is sacred.
right?
From the bitchings of Diablo 3.
I know.
Okay. Speaking of bitchings, I saw this. I shared this with Barbie. Barbie, this is all you.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, so we already knew that there was a Highlander reboot.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Who did they pick for it? I have not been looking. I've been purposely not looking.
Drum roll. Ryan Reynolds.
What?
Ryan Reynolds.
Why?
I have.
Do they not want the money the movie to make any money?
Okay, just so I'm 100% certain of this. The original Highlander, he was Scottish, wasn't he?
The original Highlander was Christopher Lambert, and he's actually French. He, portrayed a Scottish, he... Okay.
Right, his character was Scottish.
Yes, he played Scottish very, very well. As far as I'm concerned, Christopher Lambert is the only Highlander worth noting. And that's for the movie. The series, which was absolutely an absolute waste of the airwaves, starred Adrian Paul, and that was absolutely bottom-feeding wretched. Absolutely wretched. I mean, I can't believe it went on as long as it did, to be perfectly honest. I mean, they had Joan Jett in all her plastic surgery glory, playing an immortal, and I stopped watching. I mean, I watched it basically because of the premise, because I was already a fan of the movies. I was already completely madly in love with Christopher Lambert, hoping that the series stayed true to it. And honestly, it was campy and silly and stupid, and it just got worse with the more guest actors they had. And then they started scraping from the bottom of the barrel, and they could have gotten people from Celebrity Rehab had it still been running.
Flavor Flav.
Right? and to attempt to revamp it with the sucky Green Lantern? Are you kidding me?
The only role that I ever felt that he played, to a T, okay, was when he played a Vampire Hunter in Blade 3.
Okay,
that
was
Van
not
Wilder.
bad. Okay. All
and
right.
Van Wilder.
Well, and you know what? He should be making Van Wilder movies until he dies because that's who he's the most comfortable playing. Every movie he plays Van Wilder, and it's not funny anymore.
That's just like that. That's just like that dude from American Pie. I can't remember. Jason Biggs.
Yes.
Okay, he's known as Pie Fucker as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Saying I agree with that. I still didn't know the guy's name. You triggered me when you said pie fucker. I was like, oh yeah, that's who that is.
I'm just saying that sometimes they shouldn't revamp a movie. I mean, granted.
This one time in Bandcamp.
Push. What I'm saying is the special effects are going to be absolutely incredible. They're going to be amazing. They're going to blow you out of the water. You're going to be, nerdgasming in your seats. That's a given. But Ryan Reynolds is really going to take that down 15, 20 notches. I'm not impressed with their choice.
I'm a two-parter on this one. Okay, like I can completely agree with saying, hey, the graphics can be great, because I can compare this to the movie Aragon, which was based off of a book, and it was supposed to be a 3-part trilogy, just like the book was. I think it was Steven Spielberg or something did it, and then it just tanked because the acting was just horrible.
Right.
But I would replace Ryan Reynolds. You need a little bit older guy. Dude, I would go with my man crush Liam Neeson. Holy crap.
I don't know about Liam Neeson. I don't know. No.
Yeah,
Shut your mouth, Cajun.
I love listen, I love Liam Neeson, and I will, always love Liam Neeson. I mean, but I think unfortunately he's just a little too old for the part.
Lies. That man is fucking
All right.
God.
Okay.
Put
We
oil
already
on
know
him.
what Carnivore's choice is.
Right.
Barbie. Who would you pick? Because I've already got someone in mind.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. And considering that he has played a lot of great roles, especially action roles.
Don't say my boy.
Tom Cruise.
No.
No.
Piss
No.
off. Piss off.
No. I know he. Don't say Jason Statham.
No, not
Okay.
Jason. Not
Okay.
Jason.
Okay.
No.
Because Jason's not right for that part.
And we already know that this guy can do a Scottish accent.
Okay.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, come on. He was Gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
He did the Scottish voice for How to Train a Dragon and the Boxer. Yes.
You gotta pull off the long hair. And don't pull that bullshit wig stuff. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got to grow his own beautiful long hair. I don't know.
He'll do it
I
too.
don't know.
He'll do
I
it
don't
too.
know.
And
I think he's too old too. Honestly, I do.
He really isn't that old.
Yeah, I could see him doing it. I think he could pull it off. He's got the right attitude and the right stature. He's almost always serious. I think he could do a great job at doing it. But Ryan Reynolds is just
No,
candy.
they're making a mockery of it at that point when they cast Van Wilder as the Highlander.
Yeah, I mean, that's eye candy. You're like, hey, come watch a giant gummy bear, and all the women are like,
I mean, who are they going to get to be his love interest? Amy Adams, since she seems to be in everything lately.
Oh God,
she's my next ex-wife.
Ugh.
All right. So we can decompress from this. Let's go into hobbies.
Decompress, and from being depressed.
Yes.
So I know that every week, we showcase my nails and everything, and of course we'll be seeing some later. But it is I'm actually proud to announce that we have a segment that is just for Cajun tonight. One of our readers, one of our subscribers, readers, listeners, whatever you want to call it, on Facebook, actually asked us today, hey, you guys are doing your new episode. Do you think you could speak about this topic? And I brought it up to Cajun, and he's like, no, I get to talk about a hobby? No way. And I'm like, yeah. And so, as far as I'm concerned, Cajun, take it away.
All right. So, Eric Totten on Facebook, once again, props for this topic. Gundams or Gunpla, which stands for Gundam's plastic models. I'm a big anime fan, mostly into giant mecha, and Gundam was and always will be my first love as far as giant mecha.
Oh my.
So, not only and my first Gundam series I ever watched was Gundam Wing.
Mm-hmm.
And got so into it, I started doing the plastic Gundam models.
Really?
And the one
so this
that
is
were
like models?
Yes, like actually, like think of like car models.
Okay.
Except not as intricate, and some of them very rarely did any of them actually require glue.
So you have the slow version of a model car, like the C-Class, to where it just snap on. It's like a Lego.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, and at one point, I had all of the Gundam Wing models. And I'm not just talking about just the Gundams. I'm talking about all the mobile suits.
Uh-huh.
And
now, are they paintable?
Yes, you can paint them, and I've even seen where some people have modified them to show battle damage.
Really?
Yes, so
that's kind of badass, actually.
Exactly. I mean, when this was major, and as far as I know, I think it's still pretty big. These people would create battle scenes, epic battle scenes with these models, and it was just phenomenal.
Huh. So it's more like you could do epic battle scenes like on a tabletop thing, and there would be like, shows and stuff where you could show off your creations?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Now, as far as where it was going, as far as Gundams or Gundam plastic models, I'm not sure. But to me, I kind of think of it as which one's better.
Okay. And
you know what? I'll be honest, I'm at a loss here because I don't do the Gundam plastic models anymore because time constraints and but I think I might try and pick it up. But if I gotta give it the anime, the shows, I love them. I'm a big fan of the Gundam Universal Century. Big fan of Gundam Wing. I really wish they would have, went on some more as far as that series. But overall, I love the anime. Hopefully, when I get more time to myself, I can start doing the Gundam models again.
Well, I gotta say, I actually learned something new.
Yes. One of my secrets have been divulged.
One of your dirty little secrets.
Well, not that dirty. Speaking of things that never cease to amaze us.
Okay, which is everything for you.
Shush. It doesn't shock me that Marvel has canceled another possible great series. If you saw the Avengers movie and watch it to the very end, you saw the bad guy Thanos. And with that, a lot of attention has been drawn to Thanos so much that a lot of people were expecting and waiting for Marvel to come out with Thanos, Son of Titan, which was supposed to be a 5-issue miniseries by Joe Katinge and Rich Elson.
Okay.
Well, in this month's preview catalog, Marvel stated it's been canceled.
Why?
No idea. They did confirm the cancellation, but they have declined to comment.
Well, I mean,
according
I know that
to IGN.
That's weird because I mean, like sometimes they'll put it off, but I mean to go through all that trouble and then just cancel it without an explanation, that's odd.
Yeah. And I mean, unless they're going to come back and revisit it at a later point. But either way, I mean, to me, this is like a really, really bad choice.
Huh.
Especially in Marvel when there's not a whole lot of stuff on Thanos. And I think, honestly, this would have been great to do a miniseries based on him.
Well, yeah, and I mean, they were like doing lots of spinning of this at Comic-Con. So I don't understand why they would just scrap it just like that.
Yeah.
Cover up, maybe?
I'm sorry?
You think it may be a cover-up? They're going to keep it going like, Sony's doing with Final Fantasy,
Oh, you think they're, like, saying this to generate interest so the fans clamor for it?
I'm thinking it's going to be something, I'm trying to think of the wording for it, but, okay, yeah, we got this. So you generate all this hype, and then all of a sudden you're like, all right, we're done. So in the background, they're sitting there in their offices, and as they do, they're tweaking away. And then we have people like us who are like, all right, yeah, and they cancel it, and we're all like, oh, son of a bitch.
Right,
And then
right.
a year from now, they come out and they're like, hey, by the way, here you go. And then all of a sudden, we're like, yes.
No. It's not going to be yes. It's going to be, oh my God, thank you. They listened. They know.
Yeah.
They care.
The Japanese are sneaky, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's news from Marvel's end. And now, some DC news.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we've talked about it before. The New 52 from DC. And to be perfectly honest, I've only read up a little bit about it, didn't really delve into it. And so this past weekend decided, what the hey, let's dig in, and I dug in with Batman.
Okay. What'd you discover?
Okay, so check this out. Now, of course, Barbie, you know that I do the digital comics.
Yep.
Just so that way I don't have to leave the house.
Right, exactly.
And so there's actually a couple of different series as far as Batman. You've got Batman the Dark Knight, then just plain Batman, as well as a couple other different titles. You got the Detective Comics, but for the most part, to fully understand the New 52, you have to read the Flashpoints series, which is a mini series that kind of sets off the New 52. There are some small deviations within some of the DC characters.
Right.
For instance, Superman was never married to Lois Lane. He's a bachelor. His adopted parents are dead.
Right.
And he's having to deal with him being an alien on Earth.
And I'm okay with that deviation, just for the record.
Right. Batman, nothing has changed. The continuum is the same. Now, I've read both the Batman series, and I'm starting to read Batman the Dark Knight. Batman series, the Batman was really great. Because they brought in, it was an overall arc so far, 11 issues.
Okay.
And it dealt with the Court of Owls.
Which is?
Well, apparently this was a secret that not even Batman knew about. Okay, so spoiler alert, if you don't want to get spoiled on this, you might want to mute and skip ahead a bit. But the Court of Owls was a secret society that was set to protect and guide Gotham, but they had ulterior motives.
Oh, well, don't they all?
Yeah. And this was something that was, that in some ways, fought against the Wayne family throughout the generations.
Huh.
And it was to the point to where it even manipulated the Wayne family. To the point where at the very end of the series, the main assassin, the Talon, was revealed to be Thomas Wayne Jr. Yes.
Oh my
Apparently,
God.
Batman has a brother.
Right.
So it was a real big shocker, but at the same time it wasn't confirmed. Batman was not able to obtain DNA to confirm whether or not he's his brother, or if it was just some mind play. Right. But overall, it was a really great series. I really enjoyed it. So if you've been on the fence about the New 52, check it out. The Batman's great. I've actually heard some good stuff about the Green Lantern, so that's something also to check out as well.
Wow. Yeah, I'm glad you put in that spoiler alert.
Yes. Yeah, I try not to, tick off too many people.
Right.
So, Khan, what do you think about the New 52?
To be honest, I'm not really huge into the comic book thing, but I love how they do a twist on the old stuff. Granted, most of us are a little bit older than probably the crowd that's listening now. So I love seeing new twists and stuff. So like we all grew up on comics and stuff. You know, we didn't have 412 channels, or I'm sorry, 350,000 channels nowadays. So it's good to see a fresh take on things. So, somebody's gonna come out with a new Batman. If we've read the comics, 20 years ago, it's good to see now that they're sort of taking their own constructive criticisms to the table, and they're coming out and bringing new things. So I love that. So I don't, want to kill the diehard fans, but let them play a little bit, let them have fun. We had our generation. Let the new generation have their fun, and let's create something new and let them go with it.
That works for me. And to round out our 5th episode of the Nerd Nuke, I of course have a lolcat, Cajun, and it features both of the babies. And
why am I not surprised that Frank is like me in so many ways? He loves Iron Man. That is my boy.
Oh, come on. Iron Man is such a noob choice. I mean, really?
You know what? You play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 and tell me Iron Man's a noob choice. He kicked ass. Whatever. Long walk, short pier, go.
Whatever. But, well, guys, I sincerely hope that you enjoyed our 5th episode, and I hope that it's just getting better and better for you, and we really, really do appreciate you.
Yes. So definitely check us out on Facebook, Twitter. We'll have the links below. And also, next week will be special. I will be at QuakeCon.
QuakeCon, woo!
Yes. So, come check us out. I will post where I'll be sitting on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
so
you'll have to do like a picture where you are, and then put a little X where you're seated, and pictures and swag, and don't forget the tattoo girls and everything.
Yes,
we're gonna have so many pictures for this. I can't go this year, but Kate, I'll be there in spirit, and Cajun is gonna make me feel as if I were there.
Yes, I will. I will do my very
snoring.
best. This year is looking to be a really great year for QuakeCon. And we are all, and don't think just because I'm out of town that we're going to skip a weekend. No, we are going to do this, and we're going to do it from QuakeCon. So check us out next week. Definitely going to be worth it. Con, thanks for hanging out with us, buddy.
Thank you, Conavar. It was a blast.
Thank y'all for having me. I love it. This is fun.
Awesome. Thank you guys for listening, and we're so pleased that you tuned into our 5th episode. Hopefully it's getting better and better for you guys, and I just want you to know that we appreciate you so much, and thanks for listening.